What's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this garden house. As you can see, the main feature with this particular build is not the house itself, it is however the garden that accentuates the house. Let's take a look. So, to get to the house, you've got to go through the garden. There's 3 different ways you can go through: the front or the sides. The garden's pretty symmetrical. We have a lovely path. We have a lamp that keeps everything nice and bright at night. We have a pond in the center of the garden. We have plenty of plant life, and here we have the house at the back center of the build. We can crack this open, and as you can see, the house is actually pretty big. It also lends itself to an underground bunker, by the way. If you wanted to make an awesome underground bunker, you could easily build one leading down into the ground, and you could pop out somewhere cool, like in the pond. I might even do that for a future video. But you can also come up to the second floor of your garden house, and you can marvel at your garden from the balcony. Very, very cool little build. Really easy. Looks fantastic. It doesn't take too much to build this at all. It's a very survival friendly house, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please do remember to smack that like button. If you like, consider subscribing. If you subscribe, say hello and click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. Unfortunately, Cinnamon can't join us in this video as she is allergic to pumpkins. Not a good combination, horses and pumpkins. So without any further ado, why don't I show you how to make this beautiful little garden home. So if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some oak wood, some cobblestone, some oak wood fence, some cobblestone walls, some oak wood stairs, some oak wood slabs, some wooden trapdoors, some buttons, and some grass block. Plus, we need all of the other materials that you can see in the inventory right now. We may even need some more stuff. If we want to add a greater variety of flowers to the build, for instance, then we will absolutely need more things. Unfortunately, we don't have any more space though. Pause the video if you have to, grab everything that you see, and once you have that, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, and by the way, this house is quite small, will fit into a 14 block, this is 14 blocks coming across the front of the house, by a 20 block area, so that is a 20 block area going towards the back of the house. This covers the actual, like, wooden parts of the garden. So the border that's going around the garden, the internal garden, it covers that. But all of the stuff going around it is not included in this because it's so random. So if you want to make this rectangular shape on the floor in your own world, feel free. If you do that, come all the way to the back right hand corner of your shape. Move inwards to the left from the corner by 3. 1, 2, 3. Move inwards by 1 towards the front, and on top of this block is where we're going to start things off. We want to begin with a row of 3 oak wood coming up from the ground. That's 1, 2, and 3. Take that third oak wood, extend it to the left by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Connect that down to the ground, like that. Now you can connect the bottom of this together using your oak wood. So you can connect it together like this. What we now want to do is, in between these 2 rows of oak wood, going from left to right, you want to do 1 oak wood fence, 1 oak wood, then 2 oak wood planks, 1 oak wood fence. So that is what you want to have. Now, once you've got that sorted out, ladies and gentlemen, and you know what, whilst we're here, what you can actually do as well, like if you start on top of the left-hand side of this build, and you place a cobblestone followed by an oak wood fence, followed by an oak wood, followed by 2 oak wood fence, followed by an oak wood, followed by an oak wood fence, followed by a cobblestone, then that will also be the top of the house complete as well. Like, that's the top part of the back. That'll help us later with planning out the rest of the build. So that is what you want to have. It's a pretty simple design. However, once you've done that, you now want to take the bottom left-hand oak wood block that we have right here, so this one right here, yeah? Extend it forwards by 4 with your oak wood. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. On top of this row, starting from the first oak wood that you just placed, place a fence on top of it, oak wood, fence, oak wood, in that pattern. Then, place a row of oak wood directly on top of that. Then, on top of the row of oak wood that you've made, you want to place an oak wood fence, cobblestone, oak wood fence, cobblestone. Are you guys following how we're doing this? It'll look like that. Once you've done that on the left, you want to do the same thing on the right. So if we take this bottom right-hand corner oak wood, you want to extend it forwards by 4 with your oak wood. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we want to, on top of this row, starting from the first block, we want to do oak wood fence, oak wood fence, oak wood. Then an entire row of oak wood. Then we want to come in from the cobblestone, oak wood fence, cobble, oak wood fence, cobble, like this. So you want to have this. What we now want to do is we want to take the bottom left-hand corner block, which is this oak wood. We want to do an upside-down oak wood stairs going right like this. Then an oak wood, leave a gap of 2, oak wood, then an upside-down oak wood stairs, like this. On top of the oak wood stairs, you want to place an oak wood fence. Then you want to connect the top of this together using your oak wood, like this, going from left to right. Extend the 2 center oak woods upwards to connect to the house. And then we want to take these 2 cobblestones at the top front of the house and we want to conjoin them. We want to do an oak wood fence coming in from either one of them. Then we want to do a regular oak wood in between, like this. Then we want to take the blocks that the oak woods have just been placed on top of and we want to take out oak wood slabs and we want to do a row of oak wood slabs in between these. Then do an oak wood on the ends of these blocks. Connect those together with oak wood slabs like this. Place fence going all the way around this, and there you will have a nice little balcony like this. You can feel free to place like buttons on those 2 blocks as well, and if you like, around everywhere that you have windows on the middle part of the house, if you want, you can place some wooden trapdoors around this area, and that will just add a slight bit of detail to the house. It'll make it look a little bit nicer. We can get rid of some of those later because we might even place a little bit of hedge, and we might even place a little bit of oak leaves around the place. But that is what we want to have for the house. If you like, you can also put doors in between these 2 blocks, but I wouldn't bother. Once you've got this sorted out, we just have to fill the top of this in with oak wood slabs or oak wood planks, completely up to you. So we're just going to fill the top of this in with oak wood slabs like this. That looks good. Then we actually want to do this for every single cobblestone block. You want to place a cobblestone wall on top of every cobblestone block, like this, on top of every single one. Then we want to place a cobblestone stairs facing outwards on top of each one of those cobblestone walls. So on top of the cobblestone blocks, you place wall. On top of the wall, you place cobblestone stairs. And I'm going to connect them together as well. So connect the stairs together like this and extend these stairs outwards, out of the front, out of the back by 1 block. So we're just going to extend them outwards like this, out of the front and out of the back, like that. Now, we want to, half a row lower than the stairs, I want to do a row of cobblestone slab that comes out of the upper half of the cobblestone walls. So, just so that we have a much more interesting looking roof, we want to have this on both sides. So, you'll be able to see how that looks. It looks like that. Looks quite good if you ask me. Now, we want to take the cobblestone stairs and we want to do a layer of oak wood slabs coming inwards from the upper half of each one of the layers of stairs, like this. Then, on top of the outer slab blocks, we want to place cobblestone stairs on the outer blocks, and we want to place oak wood stairs in between them. So to create a nice 2-tone effect, we want to have cobblestone stairs on the ends and oak wood in the center. Then you can do the same thing again. You can use a layer of oak wood slabs on the upper half of the stairs moving inwards, and you can create the same effect again. So it's cobblestone on the outer part, and it is cobblestone, and it is oak wood on the center part. you guys will be able to piece that together nice and easily. And now, when you have just 2 rows left, these 2 center rows, you can connect these together simply using oak wood slab. So you'll have an effect which should look like this, and it's a very beginner looking roof. And that's on purpose. We want it to look kind of beginner. We want to have it so that it's a nice, friendly roof. Okay, so now that we've got that sorted out, this is what we're going to do next. We're going to add some flowers and stuff. So, can you see where we have this first layer of oak wood slabs on the left of the roof and the right of the roof? We want to take the center of these slabs, so the 3 center blocks of these slabs, and we want to extend them towards each other, and we want to bridge the gap using our oak wood slabs. So kind of like splitting the roof in 2, we want to have something which should look like this. And we want the 2 center rows to be filled with a mixture of grass block and glowstone, or dirt block. It's completely up to you. I know grass is sometimes unattainable, so I'm going to connect the center 2 parts together with glowstone, grass block on the outer parts of the glowstone so you can't see it that well, like this. Yeah? I'm going to put wooden trapdoors on the grass, and I'll also put it underneath too. So I'll just completely put it underneath. And I want to come to the... Okay, so I might have to use the balcony. And I want to come to the back of the build and do the same thing, so on the grass blocks. And then I want to place on top of the grass a flower, whatever that might be. I actually use peonies, I believe. No, azure bluettes, or however you pronounce that. I'm going to use that for this specific set of grass, but I quite like them because they're a very short flower. And now we can have a look at them. They look very nice. And if you like, you can even add an additional layer of oak wood slabs, like just above the flowers if you like, to kind of like cut them in half, like where the glowstone is, if you want to put a tint on things. You don't have to do that though. If you want to decorate the house any more, I would highly recommend throwing around some, say, flower pots with my favourite flowers. I love these. Flower pots with some poppies on, if you like. Throw those about the place on top of any surface that you fancy adding. This is a garden house, after all. It's completely up to you what you do to it, but there we go. That is the actual house portion of this, pretty much complete. We will revisit this later, however, but first I want to put a little bit of the garden in. That's what I'm feeling. So now I'm going to grab some oak wood, and I'll grab some leaves, and I shouldn't need too much else at the moment. So once you've got the house done, we want to come to the left-hand side of the house, and we want to take, on the left-hand side of the house, this oak wood block that has the oak wood fence on top of it. This is the first one towards the front. Going left of this block, we want to do 2 oak wood moving outwards. 1, 2, like that, looking down at the ground. We want to take the second oak wood and move it down by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we want to move to the left by 1. Move down and leave a gap of 1. Then place an oak wood. Move to the right by 1. Move it down by 1. Then move down by an additional 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then move to the right by 3. 1, 2, 3. Move down by 2. 1, 2. Do a bottom right diagonal with your oak wood. Then leave a gap of 2 in the floor. Place an oak wood. Do an upright diagonal. Go up by 2. 1, 2. Go right by 3. 1, 2, 3. Go up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go right by 1, leave a gap of 1 in the ground and place an oak wood, left by 1, up by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left by 1. So the shape that we're looking for should look very, as a matter of fact, identical to this. So once you've got that sorted out, guys, we can now talk about some of the other things that we're going to be doing. So first of all, we're going to take care of the front entrance of this place. So the front entrance is quite obviously opposite the front of the house. On top of these oak woods that we have here, we want to stack oak wood fence, like that. Then we want to stack oak wood stairs facing outwards on top of these fences. Then I'm going to grab the cobblestone stairs and cobblestone slab, and I want to do upside down cobblestone stairs coming inwards from those stairs, joining together at the centre like an arch. Then I'm going to place oak wood slab on top of these. Then I want to have this same archway created. I want to have this same thing, except just behind the entrance. So where you have this walkway of 3 oak woods, I'm going to place a diagonal oak wood coming inwards towards the center like this, yeah? Then I want to place oak wood fence on top of those oak woods. And then I want to do the same thing. I want to place oak wood stairs facing outwards from those. Fence, this like this, there we go. Then upside down cobblestone stairs coming inwards from those stairs. Then I want to place oak wood slabs on top of those, so I want to have something which should look like that. That looks quite good. Now once you've got that sorted out, we want to do a similar thing a couple more times. So if you come to the left, where you have this gap here, yeah, we want to take not these 2 oak wood blocks that have oak wood blocks coming outwards from them. We want to take the ones directly next to them, and we want to place oak wood fence on top. So this block and this block. Right, those 2. We then want to place oak wood stairs on top of these, once again facing outwards. We want to place upside down cobblestone stairs in between these, with then again regular oak wood stairs on top of these, connected together with an oak wood slab like this, and then extend all of the wooden blocks outwards by 1 row. So all of the stairs and stuff extend outwards by 1 row, leaving the cobblestone alone. Do the same on the opposite side. So if we come to this side, we want to take these blocks, this one and this one, and we want to place fence on top. Then we want to place oak wood stairs on top of these, facing outwards once again. Then upside down cobblestone stairs coming inwards, like this, with oak wood stairs on top, with an oak wood slab in between, and then take every single oak wood block, or every single wooden block in general rather, extend them outwards by 1 row to give you this sort of effect. Look, it looks quite cool. So we'll end up with something that should look like this. You can see now how I kind of like pieced this garden house together. It's quite simple. Now, let me show you how to add a few main features to the garden house first. So first of all, we need a pond in the garden house. So the way that I'm going to put, I want to put this pond pretty much right dead center. Yeah, so like about here, I want it to be like here and here. And this is where our gardens can differ. Our gardens can be a bit different. So here and here is pretty much like dead center. It's center left, it's center right. That's where the entrances are, and it is 2 blocks wide. So I want to then extend those 2 cobblestone upwards by 1 row. And then I want to connect them together diagonally, and that gives us a pond pretty much dead center. It's about 2 blocks away from each entrance on the front and the back, and it's about 3 blocks away on the sides. I quite like that. If you want, you can mess about with the pond by adding some like additional cobblestone slabs. You could even add like a cobblestone stair in a couple of places, like facing inwards around this, to kind of like give it a nice effect. Fill the pond in with like water or whatever. Completely up to you. You could even use like I don't know. You could even use lava. I don't know why you would though. So there we go. We have that. Then what I want to do is I want to add some flowers and stuff around the place. So it's so difficult to say, like, just to say like, oh, just add some flowers and stuff. You know what? First we'll add the hedge and stuff. How about that? So all the way around the garden, we want to have a little bit of a pattern. So it actually starts on top of the walls. So on top of the walls, going around the garden, we want to begin where it connects to the house, and we want to take the oak wood blocks that connect to the house, and we want to place upon them, we want to place a leaf, and then a fence, and then going around, a leaf, a fence, a leaf, and then moving through here, we want to have a leaf, a fence, a leaf, a fence. And then a leaf, a fence, a leaf, fence, leaf. Do you guys see the pattern that we're creating? So we're creating walls around the garden, and we have leaves followed by fence. It's such a simple little design, but it makes the garden look nice and colourful, and it also extends the boundaries coming up around. And wherever we have leaves on top of the oak wood, we also want to have leaves on the ground next to the fence. So this kind of creates a little box shape for our garden, kind of like this. So if you have a look, we've shrunk the size of our garden a little bit. We can even do it here where we have this entrance. We can even shrink it a little bit. So it adds a lot of green. It adds a nice pattern to the build. And we could even like continue the pattern here, like where the entrances are. We can add even more green. It looks quite nice, to be honest with you. And then you can place flowers in between them. So whatever flower you want, really. I might even grab a few more. So what? I grabbed up to a poppy. Blah, blah, blah. So maybe there's some like tulips or something, and maybe even sunflowers. I like sunflowers a lot. So maybe even like a couple of sunflowers and some tulips and some poppies, maybe even a pink tulip, maybe even an orchid, alliums, rosebush. Is that how they're pronounced? I think that it's actually allium. I kind of like to pronounce them alliums though. So we can add some flowers around the place. It looks great. We can even do it at the entrance. I love sunflowers. I don't know why. I add some of those. Maybe even like a rosebush. Like, just in between the hedge. And now, that's actually quite a few flowers. So, we also have to add a path around the place. So, I'm going to add a little bit of a grass path around the pond. I'm going to start with kind of like a symmetrical path. So, like this. This is symmetrical, yeah? I'm going to start with this. I'm going to use grass path around this to keep with the garden theme, like that. And then I'm going to kind of like rough the path up a little bit. So I'm going to kind of like add some blocks here, and maybe like even here, and maybe even here, and maybe even a little bit here. So we have our path that is symmetrical, but now we have a few blocks added around. You can add and subtract these until you're happy. So that actually looks alright to me. Now, I'm going to add some flowers about the place. So, I think a lot of tulips, I think would look nice. Maybe even a sunflower, maybe even like a poppy. Something like that looks quite good. Looks a little bit, nah, that doesn't look random at all, but you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Can I place flowers on top? No, I can't place flowers on top of path, but that doesn't look too bad. I even want to add a source of light in the corner here. So to make the source of light, I'm going to use cobblestone. I'm going to use a cobblestone wall, oakwood fence. I'll use a glowstone, and I want some wooden trapdoors. So right in about the corner here, right here, I'm going to place a cobblestone wall, oakwood fence, glowstone on top. This is a nice lamp, and then wooden trapdoors all the way around it. And that's a nice lamp in the corner, and it kind of splits up the garden a little bit in that it creates like it's not so symmetrical anymore. And then all you have to do is like maybe add a little bit of a broken path here just towards the front, maybe like a cobblestone stair in the floor, maybe even another cobblestone slab, maybe something like that coming towards the front if you like. And then a lot of it is going to be a matter of the outside. So when it comes to the outside, I think it's quite easy. I'm just going to grab some pumpkins. I threw one on my head, didn't I? I always do that. I'm going to grab some pumpkins, some melons, hose, seeds of some description, something like that. Yeah, okay, so stuff like this. I obviously have some green stained clay stuff in the floor, but whatever, we can work around it. So around the house, we also want it to look gardeny. So make it look as though you have like a pumpkin patch and a melon patch and stuff like around the house. Dig into the ground, place some melon seeds that will eventually grow into something. I don't think they'll actually ever grow, to be honest with you, because I've had mine in my main world for ages and they just don't grow. I think it's a lack of water or something. But something like that looks good. You can do the same thing with pumpkins. Like if you come to the front right hand side here, just like hoe into the ground a bit, throw some pumpkin seeds in the ground, throw some pumpkins around the patch like this, and it looks quite good. Do this a few times. Do it until you're happy with it. So they don't even have to match up. They don't have to be like like the same seeds that you've sown into the ground, but you know, do a few of these. They could even be like that's pumpkin. What am I looking for? They could just be like regular seeds, but make sure that you have a nice little bit of color spotted about the place. It's just the easiest way to create like a nice volume of plants is by like adding this sort of stuff around. So maybe some melons. Oh, okay. So we'll throw some pumpkin seeds here, here. No, there we go. There we go. Okay, and then some pumpkin seeds, and then add that a little bit about. So you can just have something which looks like this. It looks very nice. Oh my god, I put the pumpkin on my head again. I'm so going to destroy that. So there we go. We have that added about. I would also highly consider a little bit of like leaves and stuff. So if you add some oak leaves about the place, especially towards the back of the house, if you add some like leaves around the back of the house, especially around the sides and stuff, and have it climb the house a little bit, it looks quite good. And this is where you might find that you want to delete some of the like trapdoors and stuff. If you like, so you can have it climb like that. You can even add some vines. I'm not a fan of vines, to be honest with you, so we could even have that. You could even add some more leaves, like about the garden, like this. Feel free to throw some bone meal if you want a dense amount of like grass and flowers, and if you don't want it to be so controlled, then feel free to add some bone meal about the place. But I'd avoid bone meal if you want it to look really good. I would highly recommend simply placing flowers yourself. As you can see, it's a little bit too grassy, but that's kind of like the general point. Play with it until you're happy. Simple as that. All you have to do now, for the inside of the house, which is the only bit that's left, I'm going to make the floor of the inside of the house completely oak wood. So, oak wood planks, going to be good here. Just going to fill the center of the bottom of the house in with this, like this. Looks quite good. To access the second floor, the reason that we have these planks in the back is because we are going to have a ladder. Bloop, bloop. Going to have a ladder coming all the way up, like this. That looks quite good. And then the inside is completely what you make it. Completely depends what you want here. So if you want a crafting area, if you just simply want like a bed here built into the floor, something like that you could have with like a chest here. You could even have chests up to the ceiling. It's completely up to you with what you do for the inside, to be completely honest with you. It depends what you want out of it. And then doors, I would use oak wood. And that's the house, guys. That's pretty much the house. That's the house. That's the garden. That's absolutely everything. And it looks really nice like this. It looks great. It's not difficult to make. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, guys, whilst I turn this stuff off very unsuccessfully, there we go. If you did enjoy this video, guys, please do remember to smack that like button. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. If you subscribe, say hello down there in the comment section and click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all of my videos sent directly to your sub box. And please do suggest what else you'd like to see in the future. Would you like to see more survival, more garden-related houses? Are you sick of these already, even though I've only done one? Let me know down there in the comment section. If you would like to see more of my content, I would highly recommend checking out the card system in the description below, because I make all sorts of stuff on the channel. I do everything. I even do weird random projects every now and then, such as panda bears shooting arrows at well, that's the mini version of the Ender Dragon who's firing back a fireball. Yeah, sometimes I do stuff like that. Sometimes I like to have fun. But if you wanted, for instance, head into the card system and make a public park, for instance, you would check out the Park Builds playlist, which has all sorts of stuff in it. I'm not going to list anything that you can see down there, but as you can see, you can make a nice variety of stuff for a public park, which would also fit in well with any other build you might be working on. If you want to make stuff that would go well in a city, then check out the City Builds playlist. As you can see, we have a nice city down below. If you wanted to, by the way, that's more of the city over there. We have some bigger stuff over there. If you wanted to make any sorts of more varieties of houses, we have loads of stuff. We have them all arranged. If you want wooden houses, check out the Wooden House playlist. If you wanted some more modern style houses in all sorts of varieties, like this, a nice little mini modern house, a bit of a weird modern house, or if you even want like a modern mansion, check out the modern house playlist. We even have mansions and stuff around here, and the same goes for every type of house you can think of. We have more modern houses, we have ourselves some suburban houses, we have wood, everything that you can think of, we have all sorts of stuff. Basically, check the channel out.